It's another great fight week this week. We got Tony Harrison and Tim Tszyu. They fighting at 154 pounds. Definitely a great fight. Y'all know I'm from Detroit, so I'm rolling with Tony Harrison every time. But this is a great fight, man. It's definitely a great fight. Both of them are looking to fight Charlo for the undisputed 154-pound titles next. Tim Tszyu was supposed to do it. Charlo pulled out with a fractured hand, fractured wrist, whatever the case was. But that's okay. He stepped in with another dog. Tony Harrison, you know what I mean? It definitely was not an easy fight for Tim Tszyu. Definitely not right away. You know what I mean? I thought he was going to take like a tune-up before just hopping back in there with a top-level guy just so he could still have that opportunity to fight Charlo. But now it's no guarantee. You know what I mean? If he loses to Tony Harrison, it's wraps. It's not happening. You know what I mean? So I definitely did not think Tim Tszyu was going to do that. But I'm happy he did. It gives Tony Harrison the opportunity to get that third fight with Charlo, which he desperately wants. And the fans, I think, want as well. You know what I mean? They're tied at 1-1. Who doesn't want a good tiebreaker? But I'm definitely looking forward to this fight this weekend. March 12th down in Australia. It's going to be an early one because, you know, they 12 hours or so behind us in the U.S. But it's cool, you know what I mean? Tim Tszyu, he's definitely a great fighter. 21-0, 15 KOs. Last fight was against Terrell Gausha, which he had to fight. He had to face some adversity in that fight, man. He got dropped by Terrell, but he ended up winning the fight overall. It was a good fight, you know what I mean? But in the beginning, he definitely looked a little iffy, you know what I mean? He definitely showed he could get dropped, you know what I mean? But then, you know, to Tony's point, Tony said in the interview, Tim hasn't really fought anybody on his level, which is true. I looked at Tim's resume, and I am biased, by the way, but I do try to give, obviously fighters, you got to respect these guys or even get in the ring, and anything can happen. So, Tim is a great fighter. He's 21-0, 15 KOs, but his resume is not as sharp as Tony Harrison's. You know what I mean? He has fought. Obviously, he fought Terrell Gausha his last time out. Terrell Gausha is not a bad 154-pounder. But then other than that, man, his best win probably was against Jeff Horn. You know what I mean? That's the only notable name I really saw on his resume. Obviously, Tony Harrison, he fought. Obviously, his biggest name is Charlo. He has Jeff Hurd on there. Just recently won against Sergio Garcia his last time out. Got the unanimous decision in that one. So that was, you know what I mean? This is definitely Tim's biggest fight, in his career thus far. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how he goes in there and, handles the pressure on him. You know what I mean? He is in his home country. He wants to represent well. And Tony Harrison is there to fuck all that up. So I'm definitely interested to see how Tim handles this pressure and how he handles basically, the lights, cameras, and action, and, you know what I mean, in a big crowd in Australia in front of his hometown fans. So I'm definitely interested to see how he does that. I'm definitely, like I said, I'm going with Tony Harrison, man. I'm not sure how he's going to do it. I'm assuming he's going to outbox him, though. And, obviously, Tony, well, people say Tony's not known for his, his power and his power, but he has 21 KOs out of his 29 wins. You know what I mean? He has some power, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's a boxer before that. But to say, his power is not there, I think that's kind of crazy. He's 29, 29-3 with 21 KOs. That's a pretty nice percentage if you ask me. So, I'm definitely looking to see how Tony's going to handle this too. You know what I mean? He flew all the way out across the world to go to Australia to fight Tim Tszyu. This is definitely big time, you know what I mean? You're in another country, everybody's against you. How you going to handle that pressure, you know what I mean? How you going to handle all that? Basically, you got to fight through adversity. How you going to handle that adversity on your back? So I'm definitely interested to see how Tony's going to handle it, but he's a very confident guy. I'm definitely not too worried about his confidence going in there. So I'm definitely ready to see what happens. Obviously, Tim went on to say in an interview as well that, Tony kind of gasses out in the later rounds. We have seen that, in some fights, but I just feel a little bit different about Tony this time out, man. He just seems ready, man. Like I said, I am biased, but, I do understand that Tim is a threat and Tim can go out there and win this fight. But I do think Tony is ready. I think Tony's going to come in there and really try to really outbox him and show off his skill set. You know what I mean? He's arguably the best. He has arguably the best skill set in the 154-pound division. So we'll see how it all works out, man. March 12th. This is a PBC card, so probably Showtime over in Australia. So we'll see how it all plays out. Let me know what y'all think in the comments, man. Definitely follow me on Instagram at the Boxing Syndicate and give us a subscribe here. Thank you.